friends, and welcome to day 4 of C tutorials. So today we are going to master in decision making and repetition in programming in C, and we will also see these all this with examples. So let's start with the introduction. What is the control flow? In C there are different types of control flow statements. First is decision making with if and else. If and else statements are there and switch cases there. Second are loops like for loop, while loop and do while loop. And we will also going to understand the special keywords like break and continue. We will going to understand where this break and continue will be used. So let's start with the if statement. If statement is used to determine whether the condition is true. It will only execute if the condition is true. If a condition is false, it will not execute. Let's understand with an example. Let's declare one variable int age equal to 20. Now in if statement we will check if the age is greater than or equal to 18, then compiler will print that you are eligible to vote. So as we have initialized age equal to 20, so when age is greater than equal to 18, so as you can see that age is here greater than 18, as it is initialized to 20, so this condition is true, and then compiler will print that you are eligible to vote. So next statement is if else statement example. So let's understand this example. If else statements are there, that if condition is true, then it will go into if, and if condition is false, the else part will be executing. So let's understand with with an example. Let's initialize an variable int number equal to -5. If number is greater than equal to 0, if it is greater than equal to 0, then print the number is positive. Else if this condition is false, it will go into else block, print number is negative. So as number -5 is not greater than or equal to 0, then this condition, if condition is false, then it will go into else statements, and it will print that number is negative. So let's understand the nested if example. Nested if means we can have a multiple if statement inside the if statements. One if statement we can have multiple if statements, that is called nested if. So let's understand with example. If int score equal to 85, if the condition is if score is greater than 50, then it will go inside. If score is greater than equal to 85, then it will say excellent performance, or if it is not greater than equal to 85, else block will be printed. As we have initialized score equal to 85, score is greater than 50, yes, first condition is true, 85 is greater than 50. Then it will go inside, score is greater than equal to 85, yes, this statement is also true. Then it will print excellent performance. So that way we implement nested if. You can implement any number of ifs inside this if. We can also include one more if here. So according to your need, you can include any number of ifs. So it is called a nested if. Let's take an example of another, that is a switch case. Switch case is a case in which we have some expression, and according to that there are different expressions in there. So like let's understand with an example. Let's int choice equal to 2. The switch contains int choice case 1 printf. If choice value is 1, it will print option 1 is selected. If choice value is 2, it will print option 2. And here is a break statement. Break statement is to break from this switch. So if there are other cases, it will not go to that case. So in switch, after every cases we are using break. So if it is case choice is 1, then it will print option 1 is selected and it will break from this switch. So if there is also one, so let's discuss about the for loops, the loops. So we have uh, when we have to a repetition of a code iteration. Suppose we want to print something like, for example, this is a loop for int I equal to 1 and I is less than equal to 5, I plus plus, print percentage day I. So suppose we want to print numbers from 1 to 5. So for that we are using loops. In this we are going to first we have initialize I equal to 1. It will check if I is less than equal to 5. So 1 is less than equal to 5. It will print that I, value of I is currently 1, will print 1. Then it will going to increment. Then again it will check if it will increment I plus plus. So value of I will 2. Then again check this and then print 2. The same way it will print 3, 4, 5. So it iterates from 1 to 5, printing each value. So it is used for iteration. If you have large number of things to repeat, so iterate. Suppose you want to print 1 to 100. In that case also it will be used, or any type of iteration is required. So another loop is while loop, that is used for iteration. So as in the for loop we have three statements in that loop, but in that while loop we have only one. That is int, suppose example int I equal to 1. So while I is less than equal to 5, print percentage di, and then it will do I plus plus. In for loop, in the loop itself, everything was initialization, then there was comparison and increment was in one line. But in while loop we have, first we have initialized the variable, then we have checked the condition, and then we are uh, incrementing it. So in this way it is working like that. So it will do the same work whatever for loop, that first it will check I is less than equal to 5, then it will print I, then it increment it by 1, then it again check I, value of I, then it print it to 2, and then it again check, and up to 5 it will print. So what is the use of break and continue? For example, if we want to break this loop, for loop, this is a for loop and I equal to 1, I is less than equal to 5, I plus plus. If I equal to 3, then break this loop. So this will only print only 1 and 2. When it reaches 3, it will break the loop. So if you want to break the loop, if you want to break the loop in between of its execution, or in sub condition is there that you want to break the loop. So for that we use the break statement. And example of continue is that